Husband, wives on ridiculous timing. They always share the same title. That be the talk.
Oh, when the Saints marching in. Oh, when the Saints go marching in.
Never would have thought that 50 new songs by Nas would be hard to lie. I leave them scared like when they hear their name called, but ain't nobody.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today we continue on with John Madden Thanksgiving celebration weekend, and we have got a good one in store, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Miami Dolphins. Here's the former Utah Ute Matt Gay to get this one started. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. To throw is Milton. And this one is incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defender's minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
2nd and 10.
Panther 6, unlock line, unlock.
And they'll run. It's Ken Walker.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
That's over the middle and caught by the rookie. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Dolphins 1st down.
60.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Now Milton.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
The Dolphins at 7-4 on the year. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape preparing for this one, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 18, 5 in. Ready.
To throw, it's Milton. That one finds Pierce right side.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
13 more yards.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
1st down.
Throwing is Milton. Short throw caught by Pitts. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that will bring up 2nd down. And defensively, these corners struggled last week. They're struggling again here early on the opening drive.
And you know that was not unnoticed on tape. So when they saw their struggle last week, guaranteed it went right into the game plan. Attack them early, see if they're going to play any better. And if not, you keep the pressure on them until things change.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
79 Broncos.
Here's Milton. And it is caught. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 16.
Cougar 19.
The Dolphins 1st down. First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Here's Milton now to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
On the set. Ready. Ready, right?
Back to throw. Milton. Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Andrew McCuba. And the Saints are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
That's taken in by Franklin. Nifty move. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A gain of right around 30 on a play that began way back inside the 5. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10.
Bronco 80. No. Bronco switch. Bronco switch. Ready.
A handoff, running left, Henry. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Excellent play there by Arnold Ebiketie to meet him behind the line for a loss. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Come on. 19, 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 18, 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. Cup 19, Cup 19, Mustang 19.
Play action now, Ward. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a 1st down.
Here we go, set. Liking, 8-2.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the 1st quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8. Williams, the man in motion left. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. In motion, the tight end. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Pass taken by his big tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
That's another Saints 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
To throw, here's Ward. It's complete. This is Derrick Henry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
70.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he stopped immediately there. Brought down in the play by the linebacker, Christian Harris.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready.
To the air again, Ward. Touchdown, Saints. Trey McBride, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Sheds off the tackle. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't rein in at the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
Let's go. 65. Craft all 80. Warrior 70.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Short throw caught by Pitts. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. How about this? They'll change it at the line.
Seven Pirates. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
Here we go. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger.
Back to throw now on first down. Pass complete downfield. It's Pierce. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Alec Pierce, 59 yards. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from drawing level.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
The extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Another extra point opportunity here. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
The game at 7.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly come the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they have things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight, and that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
A gain of 8 there on the play, and that will bring up 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. In motion right, that's Williams. Ward. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Saints first down. A gain of 18 on the play. First down, New Orleans.
Here's Ward. This is taken in by McBride. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Trey McBride with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead. Gay is on for the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
The score, Saints 14, Dolphins 7. Matt Gay set the kickoff.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least 1 practice each week. More than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
Operating from the gun, Milton. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
On the jump.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Mustang 19. Ready?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Crack all 80. Ready?
They're going to try and throw. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Open man right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 45 yards.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
19 tight. 19 tight. Go.
Milton. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys are lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
It's third down.
60 Maverick. Street. 19 Lions. 79 Broncos.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Going for it, here's Ward. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position.
Trap 60.
To throw is Milton. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Miles Murphy able to record his 5th sack of the season.
At the Saints' 33-yard line.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
60 Eagles. Warriors 70. Mustang 19. 18, Pioneer.
Now Milton. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
60 Vikings, 7 Pirates. Ready.
To throw, it's Milton. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more.
11 yards. It's 4th
Buffalo
down.
18. Go.
On fourth down, Milton. Open man, that's Felton. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So they get 11 there on 4th and 10. Didn't get it by much, but it is a first down.
The 11-yard line.
Ready? Gravity Lions.
Straight ahead, Walker. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree.
And it'll be intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it. And the Saints are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Hey, roll.
Again, it's Henry. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Gain of 8. That's good for the Saints. First down. An 8-yard pickup. And the Saints first down.
Inside handoff, Henry. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Let's go. Cowboys.
This one out quickly to Watkins. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
A 7-yard gain. And the Saints first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
A first carry now for Jaleel McLaughlin. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Throwing is Ward. Got his man complete over the middle. It's McLaughlin. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
60 Eagles.
Now Ward. That is caught. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 34-yard line. 11 yards for number 11.
First down. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Saints.
In motion goes the tight end. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
70 race. Come on. 19 left. Viking 18. Warriors 17. 18 Rattler.
Throwing now, Ward. He's into space past the 25. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. To throw is Ward. Now he's going to step up, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Yaya Diaby able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Ready.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. They're going to get this outside. Oh, this could be a double pass. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Kyle Williams, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Saints look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Dolphins 10. Matt Gay set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
We go from sorry inside to ready to grab them. Then quick to the front. I want the money to pass, the fool at the bag, the currency stacking the jump.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. This ball down the field for Pitts. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
60 Vikings.
Here's Milton. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Let's go. Bronco 80. Dragon 60. Ready.
Here's Milton now to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
Cowboy 80.
They'll run for it. It's Walker. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The Dolphins can't convert on fourth down. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line.
Go.
To throw, here's Ward. His throw caught at about the 5. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal.
That's good for the Saints.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Bronco switch. Hurt. Ready.
Henry is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Only a yard that time, second and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here. This close, sneak it.
I don't think even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal.
Ready. Viking 8.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, You have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 18 Pioneer.
Williams being motioned left. Now Ward, 3rd and goal. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Yaya Diaby able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. Gay's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And last time went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go around. He's got him in, complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Anthony Schwartz, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Dolphins 17.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
On the set.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Henry again on 2nd down. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. Operating from the gun. Moore. He'll get that complete to Franklin. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They need 12 here. It's third down. Ward now working out of the gun. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 39.
For the Saints, first down. A gain of 26 yards. And the Saints, first down.
Now they'll audible to something else.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Henry running right. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
I think that run gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out in the field for a long time, and that last run, they just cut right through them.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Operating from the gun.
Moore. That is intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
79 Broncos. 19 tight, 19 tight. 60 Mavericks, 60 Mavericks.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.